आप
2 मिनट से
शुरू
तीसरे
कीजिए
मिनट सर बिहार पर आता हूं सर। बिहार में
Sir, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak on such a
कुछ
serious
रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जा
topic.
रहा है, अब कोई चीज रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जा रही है। सुप्रिया जी।
Sir, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak on such an important topic as the union budget. Sir, the finance ministry seems to have slipped a few points while writing about the budget. The issues of unemployment, recession, poverty, inflation, growth versus inflation challenges, import and export imbalances. Sir, one of the union cabinet ministers was in Pune district about 2 weeks ago, and he in one of his speeches mentioned that India is going to go into recession by June. So I see the disparity and a challenge in this government, because the Honorable Finance Minister talks nothing about employment, recession, poverty, inflation. But there are 3 or 4 places where it's highlighted. Her colleague in the cabinet talks about India going into recession by June. So what is the government stand? The finance minister is not talking about recession, but the union cabinet minister is talking about recession on record. So what is the real picture? Because what we read in the media, what is happening around us is slightly different. Sometimes I feel this entire government is like a fairy tale. They have an alternative reality. I heard one of the honorable speakers talking about cooperative movement. I was so happy. कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट महाराष्ट्र और गुजरात में, कर्नाटका में बहुत अच्छा चला है। आज इस सरकार को दे रहा है, दुरुस्त है, लेकिन कॉरपोरेटिव्स को प्यार होने लगा, ये अच्छी बात है, मैं उसका स्वागत करती हूँ। उसके बाद ऑर्गेनिक्स, अच्छी बात है, आई वेलकम इट, आई एब्सोल्युटली वेलकम इट। The organic farming, sir, that is a very concerning and alarm. I'm not taking away from the intent of the government. I welcome the step of organic farming. We welcome it. But I put a small caveat to it. Sri Lanka, which is our neighboring country, proposed and promoted organic farming and had a huge food crisis. I'm saying this purely academic, not as a criticism. It is just a suggestion I'm making to this government that organic is a good step forward, but with the kind of infrastructure, the entire agriculture land is going for roads, infrastructure, which is natural, happens everywhere in the world. But our population is not going down. The number of mouths they are feeding are as many, if not more. So if we are going to depend on organic, will you be able to look at our food for all program, which is a challenge. So I want to flag it for jingoism. It sounds wonderful, but I hope the government is alarmed and is aware. It's okay to give speeches, it sounds wonderful. And it's appalling to me. इतने किसान के बच्चे हैं तो मिलेट्स कोई नई बात है इनके लिए। बोलते हैं कि हम गांव से आते हैं, गरीब है, शोषित है, पता नहीं क्या क्या भाषण करते हैं, अच्छी बात है। लेकिन मिलेट्स, हम तो जब से पैदा हुए मिलेट्स खा रहे हैं। महाराष्ट्र में, कर्नाटका में तो ये श्री अन्ना, ये शायद बहुत लोगों के लिए नया होगा। मेरी माँ के घर में आज ही बाजरा और ज्वार और यही चलता है, दूसरा कुछ नहीं, ना पास्ता चलता है, ना गेहूँ की रोटी भी ज़्यादा चलती है, क्योंकि किसान के हर घर में ये कोई नई बात नहीं है। तो ये और एक जिंगोइझम जो शुरू किया महाराष्ट्र में, आप किती मराठी माणसाच्या घरी गेला तर आपल्याकडे भाकरी असते की आपल्याकडे सकाळी चपाती संध्याकाळी भाकरी असते, कौन सी बड़ी बात है इसमें? But I really want to bring it that I appreciate, but they should look into it. Sir, you are talking about poor people. Manikam Tagore, my colleague, talked about a very, very sensitive and important subject of the pension scheme, which is called ESOP. Now, I really want to know, they met, this is the National Agitation Committee. I still remember, unfortunately, with great humility and lot of respect in my hand, I'm quoting Shri Arun Jaitley ji. If you remember, before he became the finance minister, when he was leader of opposition, he had gone to this agitation. Please don't get me wrong, with great respect, I'm taking his name, I'm not criticizing him, because I have a lot of regard for Arun ji in my heart. I'm just putting the context, that's all. So there were 60 lakh pensioners who have been on एक दिन की भूख हड़ताल की उन्होंने, पेंशनर्स है सर, और वो 4 मार्च को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को मिले थे और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने उनको वायदा किया था कि जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है उस पर हम अमल करेंगे. He committed them. I'll tell you sir, I'd like to tell you what, and coincidence, भगत सिंह कोश्यारी जो हमारे गवर्नर साहब है, उनकी एक कमेटी थी और उसने कोई रिपोर्ट दिया था, उसके बारे में इस सरकार ने 9 साल में कुछ नहीं किया अभी तक. And the commitment the honorable Prime Minister had made in the meeting that he had given, he had met them, to be precise, on 4th of March. He had committed to give all these pensioners who have worked very hard and given money. Sir, these pensioners have contributed 417 rupees, 541 rupees, 1215 rupees every month from their salary, sir. And what is the monthly pension they're getting? It varies from 460, 460 रुपया, sir. आप सोचिए, आप संवेदनशील है, आपको पता है 460 रुपया में क्या किसी का होने वाला है. So I'm just making a suggestion to this government. Why not, like you have a GST council, why don't you take all governments, because this is not only our problem. There's the old pension scheme. Now Chhattisgarh, I think Punjab, and 2-3 other states, Rajasthan, have started the old pension scheme. So why don't we all put like a GST council? Why don't you put something? Because this is a problem in every state. It's not only in my state or your state or your state. Why don't you make a good council for pensioners? They have built this nation. We have inherited nation from them. So I request you that please get all these old pensioners together, do a council, and let's see how we can work together for the states and the state to work together. So that is really. Sir, ये अमृत काल की बात करते हैं. I want to ask them, I'll make it very short now, only questions, sir. That the cess that this government collects for education, now everybody is saying education में कम पैसा आया है, even the ASAR report says that. Same situation for health. So if so much cess is connected for health, for education, for agriculture, where does it go? Now the other question, sir, is for this किसान बहुत मैंने सुना, अच्छा लगा मुझे किसान का सुन के. लेकिन 2 pointed questions I want to ask, because I want to know from this government. This PM Kisan payment, 6,000 रुपया आप डालने वाले थे, आपने कहा कि 8,000 डालेंगे. I welcome it. 16 करते तो और डबल ताली हम लोग बजाते आपके साथ. लेकिन because the cost of cultivation has gone up by 20%. So I expected more for this over-generous government. But I want to ask, the expenditure in this budget shown is at the same. So same number of farmers, same amount of money, then should this 60,000 crores become more? Now, market intervention scheme, I still remember, sir. It was a wonderful scheme. We also supported it. So if the market intervention scheme had 1,500 crores, how come it's only 1 lakh? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a typing error. You must find out, sir, what it is. They're all boasting about the PLI scheme, sir. What is new in the PLI scheme, sir? Please explain to me. There is nothing for the new sector in this government. MSMEs की इतनी बात करते हैं. Half of them are sick after this. We really need to look into it, sir. And 2-3 very short points, I'll make it. Sir, in this, the ATC deduction, which Premchandran ji also talk about. Sir, what will happen? I'm not a capitalist, nor I'm a socialist. I do understand you have to take the middle path if we are going ahead in this government. For the future, because we are a global economy, we are a global player, we are not insulated anymore like we used to be. My question is, now all these tax benefits which you're giving, and it's again jingoism, sir, but I would like to ask this government that if in this tax benefit, you are not encouraging them to invest in LIC. So if you're not going to invest in LIC, what is going to happen to our insurance? You want the whole country to be insured. Not even 4-5% people in this country are insured, sir.
No,
so
please.
this, and one last point, sir, about cooperative federalism. Just last, I promise I have lots to speak, but I'm only taking. So in cooperative federalism, this was late Arunji's favorite word. He used to give confidence to every state, even if we have ideological differences. I would like to bring to this notice that if there is cooperative federalism, you want to help the states, why is it not reflecting in this budget? Sir, according to the 14th Finance Commission, you are supposed to give 42% of this tax reverse is supposed to be given to states. We were at 33%. In this budget, it is 30.4. अगर आप मुख्यमंत्री बन के जाएंगे तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. So everybody has to think, sir, we cannot do this to the states. States are just recovering from the pandemic. So how will states survive? So you please consider this, and please look at price rise and inflation. It's a serious concern in this country, and we are not an insulated economy anymore. So I request the Honorable Finance Minister to address all these issues. Thank you.
5 मिनट में बात पूरी कीजिए.
सर
जी.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, बजट भाषण पर चर्चा में भाग लेने का अवसर दिया.
माननीय मंत्री जी कुछ कहना चाहते हैं.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, अभी हमारे सांसद महोदय ने कहा कि एमएसएमई आधी से ज़्यादा रुग्ण है. मैंने बताना चाहता हूं कि एमएसएमई ही है जिसकी वजह से आज हमारा जो करीब 6.3 करोड़ जो एमएसएमई है उसका योगदान भी 33% के आसपास जीडीपी का आता है. और साथ ही साथ एक्सपोर्ट भी 48% जाता है, वो 60% नहीं है। एक रिपोर्ट के आधार पर 96% है, वो सारी की सारी जितनी भी हमारी MSME है वो ग्रोथ कर रही हैं और आगे बढ़ रही हैं।
I was saying was not about MSMEs. The numbers were about state, 14 Finance Commission, not about MSMEs.
Okay.
जो टैक्स जाता है स्टेट्स को, उसके बारे में सर बोल रही थी मैं, इसके बारे में नहीं बोल रही थी।
हाँ वर्मा जी प्लीज, ठीक है, ओके
माननीय
ओके 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 जी। बात दूसरी थी, वो 14th फाइनेंस कमीशन में जो, हाँ हाँ ठीक है शुरू करें सर, चलिए कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, हाँ ओके ओके कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, बजट भाषण पर चर्चा में भाग
कोई
लेने का
कंट्राडिक्शन नहीं है, उनकी बात आ गई, उनकी बात
इसके लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एवं बहुजन समाज पार्टी की राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय बहन कुमारी मायावती जी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आभार महोदय।